But anyways, we got to talk about the Detroit Lions and Malik Willis. Jeff, what the hell is going on?
Well, it seems the Lions are falling in love with Malik Willis, and obviously we understood out of all the quarterbacks at the Senior Bowl, Malik Willis clearly the most, I would say, talented, because you got to see guys like 4.37 speed, has a cannon of an arm, obviously can throw farther than any other quarterbacks at the Senior Bowl. The problem I have, and we've talked about this before, and we've constantly had this discussion, is his accuracy, and they brought that up at the Senior Bowl as well. He had a great day yesterday in the rain, but at the same time, there's questions I have with Malik Willis. He is a project, but I'm not, and listen, I will always stand by this. I'm not a project guy unless it's a Trey Lance. Like, there's certain individuals you look at and you say, all right, that's a project, and that's a project that if it works out, and I have confidence it will work out. With Malik Willis, to really use that second first-round pick on him, you have to be sure that Malik Willis not only will translate to the NFL, which we see his speed, and obviously he's got the arm. My question is, in college, accuracy was always an issue. He had an average of 60% completion percentage just over in college. And listen, that's okay. That's great. But in the NFL, you're going to need to hit guys. You're going to need to be 65% completion percentage. You're going to need to be accurate. And with Malik Willis, you're going to need to build an offense around him. Because look at what Lamar Jackson, everyone likes to compare to Lamar Jackson. When Lamar Jackson went to Baltimore Ravens, they brought in Greg Roman, and they built that entire offense around him, and it worked. It worked. And Lamar Jackson, talented player, MVP second year, that's an anomaly. I think, it is a copycat league, and GMs and front offices fall in love with those types of
Jeff,
players.
do you think he's going to be available at 31, 32?
No.
Because I don't.
No.
So if they're making a move for Malik Willis, it's either at number 2 or they're trading up.
Yeah.
That's the reality I think people need to start really expecting.
Mm-hmm. I could see teams probably getting them in around 20s or even high teens. I would not be surprised. I don't think Malik goes 2 or 5 or even top 10. Listen, if he does, good luck to those teams that take him. I'm not saying he's bad, but top 10, I don't think he's worth that high of a pick. I could see, high teens to 20s, and if he does go that high, then that's fine with me. I'm perfectly okay with it. Sam Howell's another guy I was looking at, but no doubt in my mind, Dad, I'm not going to argue with anybody. Malik Willis has had a great couple days at the Senior Bowl, but I just hope that doesn't make people fall in love with him enough to where you want to trade up for him and grab him. Because
look, I mean, if we're giving personal opinions, Jeff, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Great arm talent. Won't deny it. Rocket arm.
Mm-hmm.
I am okay with Jared Goff for the next 2 seasons. I am not in a rush to get a quarterback. I have a stable bridge quarterback. I think this football team can win 7, 8, 9 games this season. Load up defensively, and you can figure out the quarterback position in the next 2 years. Now, yes, you do have the number 2 overall pick. Excuse me, this is not the Joe Burrow class. This is not the Justin Herbert class. You missed on those opportunities. This year, none of them exist. Or at least we don't believe they do. And if we don't believe they do right now, it's tough for you to sell a quarterback at number 2, let alone trading up to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, whatever it may be, just to get Malik Willis, who, again, will be likely a project player. But I have to bring up something that was brought to my attention during an interview a few weeks back. Guys, do you know who is a part of the Detroit Lions front office? Jeff, you want to take a wild guess?
You could say it for me. I don't know where you're going with this. Are you talking about just who's a GM or who's
John Dorsey? John Dorsey.
Oh, yeah, John Dorsey, yes.
Who is the same guy that stood in front of all of the Kansas City media and defended the Patrick Mahomes pick.
Mm-hmm.
And am I more comfortable and confident with him in the room if they reach up and get a quarterback? Yes, I am. I would be a little more confident than usual. Having said that, boy, if you spend a number 2 pick, or you're going to have to give up probably a second, and who knows what, to trade back up to get into the first round from 32 all the way up to 14, 16, 18, who knows. Oof. I mean, I tell you guys this all the time, and I hope you take this seriously. When you're a GM, you have 2 jobs. Get the quarterback right, get the head coach right. When you're a head coach, your job, get the quarterback right, make sure the team wins games. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, and then you finally draft a quarterback, you get one shot at drafting a quarterback. Very few GMs get multiple chances. Very few. We saw it work out in Arizona, but they got the number 1 overall pick next year, threw it all away. Josh Rosen, coach, goodbye. Kingsbury, Murray, and end of story. That rarely happens. You rarely get the second opportunity to go after a quarterback. So you got to be very careful. And honestly, I think Brad Holmes likes Jared Goff. I think he thinks that he can win with Jared Goff. And I think Dan Campbell thinks he can win with Jared Goff. And we saw it down the stretch, 3-1 in his last 4 games. You can call them meaningless games. You can say whatever you want. Down the stretch, the team looked a lot better. They looked like a competent football team. The offense was much better. And the defense was completely riddled with injuries, and they still showed up.
Yep.
You cannot take that away from this football team. So, Jeff,
and let me ask you this real quick, Adam. Too with Jared Goff, we understand Jared Goff went through a lot this year, a lot of adversity, especially with the team around him, all the injuries. Who in the right mind expects Malik Willis? And now I hear the Pittsburgh rumors, and now if he goes to Pittsburgh, any quarterback, you're going to look different in Pittsburgh compared to in the Detroit Lions at this point in time. So if he sits a year, let's say he sits a year behind Jared Goff, he comes back next year. Are we that much of an improved situation to where you have an offensive line? Exactly. There you go.
No. And you're not starting him over Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Sorry. Guys, Jared Goff, good quarterback. Middle of the pack. Average. Good. Whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Are you bringing in a rookie that's going to take that job year 1? Likely not. That's a project. All right, fine. He sits a year. If it is Malik Willis, what kind of offense do you have to run to set him up for success? Pittsburgh likely trading for Jimmy Garoppolo. Who knows? Maybe Denver trades for Jimmy Garoppolo. We don't know. But there's 3 teams that are going to draft a quarterback with the first 11 picks. Guarantee it. It will happen. Quarterback-driven league, the quarterback position is the most overvalued position because of its value. And when I say overvalued, it's not meaning it's not a valuable position. What I mean by that is teams are willing to do whatever it takes to draft the guy if they believe he's there. And if Brad Holmes, John Dorsey, and company believe that this is the guy for Detroit, fine. But if you just ask my opinion this morning, February 3rd, 2022, load up on defense. You have an opportunity, whether it's an edge rusher with that first pick, to grab a linebacker with the second pick, to grab a safety, a wide receiver, an edge rusher in the 3rd round, a linebacker in the 4th round. You have the opportunity to do so. Load up on defense. That would be my recommendation. Again, if they fall in love with the quarterback, they have to go all in on it. I will support it, even if I don't like it. Why? Because that means I can now evaluate Brad Holmes. He went all in on this quarterback. If this quarterback does not succeed, I can hold these people accountable. I have no problem with them taking a quarterback. But damn, I'm not sure it's the year. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're all wrong. Who knows? Hey, you made it all the way through. I'm so proud of you. Why don't you make me more proud? Like, subscribe, and watch another video.